Hi guys, welcome to the Millennial Pitch. So if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Dabby.
My name is Patrick, so feel free to check out our previous episodes. Abangan, for today we'll have a lot of I don't know that, we call it controversial
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 slash juicy topics. So I hope
yeah.
you stick around till the end. And
Don't forget to like and subscribe
yes,
before we start. No?
yes.
So, Dab, we just told them na controversial na topics and juicy. Ano ba
Yeah.
pag-uusapan natin ngayon?
Well, first I want to start before we get into the juicy
Yeah.
stuff. No, I basically this episode will again us being the millennial pitch. No, this is very related to our generation and the millennials, diba?
Yeah.
And how progressive our thinking is, and how different how different our thinking is from that of our parents and our grandparents, diba?
Of course, na parang we're more of a sponge
Yes.
compared to like the previous generation. Like,
Yeah.
kung may bagong trend or something,
Yeah.
we try to get to the bottom of it and try to understand
Yeah.
about the thing. Diba? So parang,
We dare to be curious.
we care to be curious.
Yeah.
And of course, it makes us more progressive, like Dab said, no? Because we
Yes.
try to accept whatever it is that's being thrown at us. And not just personally,
Yes.
but like, in concept mismo. In concept mismo.
Just generally, we're just more curious people, because I feel like back in like the 60s or something, yung panahon ng mga
Yeah.
parents, grandparents. If you're curious about something, sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba? But now, you really dive deep into whatever parang we're just more open, I feel.
Yeah, and I dare say it's about damn time. I mean, arami nangyari in the history that's, very parang mapapakamot ka ng ulo. Bakit ba? Why it had to happen eh. Like, for example, racism is one.
Yes.
Diba? Like, come on. Hitler.
Yeah.
I mean, that's head-scratching
Like,
stuff, right?
even the LGBTQ community,
Yeah, which is something that's,
I feel like it's generally more accepted nowadays, which is good.
yeah, and I feel like millennials are parang, I don't know, the cream of the crop in
Yes.
terms of like expectations of how we're supposed to be more progressive towards
Yep.
this topic, no. Or for some
Yes.
people it's an issue, but I mean for us
Mm,
it's a topic because
Yeah.
it's something that we want to talk about
yeah.
openly in this episode.
So, but before we talk about the juicy stuff, I have a story.
Okay.
Because last weekend I was in a restaurant. Okay. And it's just my group of friends. We were all having fun.
Yeah.
And there's this guy who just randomly walks up to our table. We're just we're not close. I know him, but we're not close. He was like, he just shouted parang na he wasn't, he didn't like the LGBTQ community. I didn't know the context, but that's what I heard.
Okay, sige,
Okay.
Dab. Can you tell us? Are you okay with telling us what he said that ayun, parang made you feel that way? Kasi I mean, this whole episode will
So
revolve around.
he walked up to the table, and then he was like, galit ako sa
Yeah.
galit ako sa LGBTQ, or diba, parang, or in a more offensive way.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
And I was like, parang, okay, I respect your opinion, but he literally shouted it in the whole restaurant heard.
Yeah.
And parang it's very indecent, diba? Na
Yeah,
parang,
it is. For me, it's infuriating actually.
Yeah. But here, because the reason why nakwento ko sa yun is because, again, we're talking about a very controversial topic today, which is LGBTQ, and our perspective as millennials on
Yeah.
the matter, as compared to our parents, diba? Or not even our parents, the generation of our parents.
Yeah.
So ayun, parang it was very offensive, but I'd really like to dive deeper into that topic today.
Yeah, I mean, we just mentioned that supposedly we're the most progressive generation,
Yeah.
or at least one of the more progressive generations, and you'd be surprised that people like that actually exist. I'm assuming the guy was our age.
Yes.
Okay, so,
yes.
right, that's why we want to talk about this. You know, parang, syempre, wait, first and foremost, we'd like to identify ourselves first. Just to use the right terms, no?
Yeah.
I identify as a heterosexual male, and I'm sure ikaw rin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, our perspective on this, we're sharing it lang not in a religious aspect. It's really more of like just sharing our thoughts on it, and basically, maybe just sharing lang rin our experiences on why people or millennials in general, or people our age or older, some of them are not as progressive.
And basically not open to these kinds of things.
Yeah,
right?
these kinds of things. So I'll start siguro. Just to be completely honest about this whole topic, no. Back before I went to college, I grew up with two brothers. So there's a lot of hypermasculinity going in the house, right?
I know your brothers.
Yeah. So parang it can't be helped. My mindset was shaped into something similar,
Okay.
diba? But it wasn't a big deal for me until like around fourth year high school. I was brought to this party with my family pa.
Okay.
And there were a lot of like strippers dancing. Not strippers actually, parang performers sa stage.
Ano pong party yung pinuntahan?
And then parang office party siya eh.
Okay.
Office party siya eh. Tapos nahimik ako. Hindi ko naman ng gaming sa iPad. Basta may naglalaro ng game sa iPad. Nakatalikod ako sa table. May mga performance sa likod. And a couple of them I think were gay.
Okay.
I actually didn't even notice, no?
Yes.
But like, I just felt something rubbing on my
Whoa.
shoulder
Okay.
while I was playing the iPad.
Okay.
With the game on the iPad.
Okay.
And then I looked. Yung puwet nung tao, nirub niya sa akin. Sa shoulder ko. I'm like, what? Parang syempre ako, I didn't know what to do, diba? Parang,
How old were you?
Fourth year high school. So,
okay.
old enough.
Yeah.
Old enough. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I looked at my dad. It was like, my family. Like, tapos tumatawa sila, diba?
Oh.
Like, what? It's not funny, diba?
Yeah.
Parang I felt my space being invaded, diba?
Yes,
And
yes.
regardless of the who invaded it.
Yeah.
But still, since nakasuot siya ng mga fishnet and everything, I felt kind of violated.
Yeah,
Because that's not my sexual preference, diba?
Yes.
I mean, even if like, honestly, kahit babae, magulat ako kasi hindi mo na nakatingin eh. Alam mo yun?
Yeah. Oh.
So, that's one.
It's just anyone can do that.
Yeah, anyone can do that. Anyone can do that. But
guys can do that.
but you
girls
wouldn't
can.
want a guy or like a gay person to do that to you because that's not your sexual preference, right?
Well, yeah. Oh.
I mean, sorry, but that's a controversial part about this. Eh?
Yes.
We're not. We're not. Hopefully, we're not saying anything offensive. But that's not my sexual preference.
Yeah.
And without my consent, that happened.
Yeah.
Diba? So parang I'm like, okay, that's one. So parang red flag. I mean, the second one was in college. This is probably the worst, diba? Before my mind opened up to like, more progressive things. I had a classmate. Syempre, no naming names. One of my English classes na Ateneo. I noticed every time the class would end, diba, may mga aisle yun, yung sa tables.
Yeah.
Labas ako, someone would tap my lower back and say, something like, some random stuff. Like sometimes, happy birthday, even though it's not my birthday. Labo eh, diba? Labo ah. I don't have time for that stuff eh, diba?
Grabe yung the moves na yun.
Oh,
happy birthday, hindi mo birthday, happy birthday.
Tapos parang so, medyo weird for
But
me.
he props to his moves. Diba? He's got the...
Yeah. Okay. So, same guy. I let it pass lang.
Okay.
Ayoko magkaroon ng issue or whatever,
Yeah.
diba? Same guy. We had like a practice for play somewhere in Ateneo.
Okay.
I was a girl classmate, a friend of mine was leaning on my back.
Okay.
But like while playing cards with their other classmates.
Okay.
And I didn't mind because like friends ko naman, diba?
Yeah.
Tapos nawala siya saglit. Like for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Hindi mo nakatingin eh kasi may kausap ako sa harap ko.
Yeah.
Someone leaned on my back again.
Yeah.
This time I checked who kasi medyo like iba yung weight.
Okay.
It was the guy.
Oh.
I mean like what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm like
The guy who happy birthday to
Yeah,
you.
happy
Same guy.
birthday me.
Okay.
So ako parang, okay, you know what? I just let it pass.
Mm.
Ganyan, di ba? Marami pa siya ginawa that day eh. Parang
Yeah.
pinalo niya yung leg ko habang
Oh.
naglalaro siya ng cards.
Yeah.
Nagalit nga ako eh. So,
Yeah.
what? Parang why do you do that? Sakit kaya. Di ba? Pinalo
Oh.
yung thighs mo habang naka-Indian.
Yeah.
So, ako parang what the fuck? Sorry, what the fuck?
Uh,
Last experience ko, same guy that actually pushed me talaga to get so mad.
mm.
Was, naihi ako eh. I was about on my way home.
Mm.
Tapos sa isang building sa Ateneo.
Mm.
Umihi lang ako. Like,
Mm.
nasa urinal, diba? Biglang, habang umiihi ako, someone tapped my lower back
Same
and
guy.
said, hi. Dude, umiihi ako. bakit mo,
Medyo
bakit mo
yeah,
hawakan
yeah.
yung lower back ko and all and say hi?
Baka mag-miss ako.
Parang, what the heck? Parang sinundan niya talaga ako. Kasi it was a
Yeah.
very secluded restroom eh. Sinundan
yeah.
niya talaga ako doon.
Yeah.
And that time, I wanted to punch him na. No, parang, ano ba? Parang,
Yeah.
anong ginagawa mo?
Yeah.
Diba? And syempre, from that point on,
Yeah.
I had a few bad experiences, diba?
Yeah.
But also, I had gay friends
Yeah.
who were like, who I liked, diba?
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with them and everything.
Yeah.
But I had my fair share of bad experiences.
Yeah.
So-
No, I totally understand you, like where you're coming from. But I just want to be clear again na parang although you've had these bad experiences with gay people,
Yeah, yeah.
with the LGBTQ. It's guys are also like that.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
right?
I 100%
Guys
agree.
are like that. Girls are like that. It's like you said. It's there's always a bad apple, right?
Of course, regardless of the gender, regardless
Yeah.
of whatever.
So parang it just so happened na that again that's not your preference and it doesn't even come down. It comes down to just you being a disrespectful human.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. Which is
Yeah, and it's but I understand the bad experiences. So, guys, girls.
Yeah, so-
everyone parating merong ganyan, 'di ba?
110% agree. Yeah,
Yes.
before siguro you share your own if ever you have.
Yeah.
And after that, I decided to take sexual politics as a class. Yeah, I'm in pol sci nga kasi,
Okay,
diba?
yeah.
And there I had to do a lot of things. Like I found out that I learned that it's not just gender's not binary. There are a lot of spectrum of different genders,
Yeah.
diba? They could be gay on the streets but straight on the sheets, diba? Things
Okay.
like those, diba?
Yeah.
And I had to cross-dress one time while taking an exam, diba? So parang I actually learned a lot about
Yeah.
like gender in general.
Yeah.
And after that, I grew so much as a person. No? That's why I guess it helped me shape my mindset today, which is
Yeah.
like I guess considered progressive, diba?
Yes.
And to your point, I shared my bad experiences, not to highlight na
Yes.
parang justify
Yeah.
the hate
Yeah.
that some people are exuding towards the LGBT community, but to show like what you said na no parang I had my fair share of bad experiences, but it could happen to anyone, not just
Yeah.
from the LGBT community, but in general, diba?
Yeah. And I guess our point here is because in relation to the traditional way of thinking and how we think,
Yeah.
we cannot make those experiences as an excuse to hate, or
Yeah.
to parang it again. You said there you have good experiences, diba?
Yeah.
So parang it's just the human that was being disrespectful. It's not the gay who was being disrespectful. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Pero I couldn't say that it's gonna be the same for the older generation. Do you agree?
I agree. I feel like even though we said we didn't want to touch on the religious aspect to it,
Yeah.
since I believe older generation, people from the older generation are more religious. Generally speaking, so that's also a factor. But yeah, I agree. I can't speak for everyone. Diba? I can't speak for you, Tab. My own turning point was when I took that class.
Yeah.
I don't know what your own turning point was.
I mean, I've had my experiences also.
Yeah.
Like you know those times when uso yung close up,
yeah.
the rave.
Yeah.
I've been like how to explain this? Parang basically, parang nanghipo siya, 'di ba? Nanghipo siya.
Yun nga eh. Actually, maraming ganun.
Nanghipo siya. I just don't like that. Even if you're a woman, you don't do that to people.
If walang consent,
you
tas,
just
parang,
don't do
come on.
that. Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, although that's... So we're back. Okay. Medyo signature na natin yung napuputol sa gitna ng video. Mga 3 videos straight na naputol yung videos. So anyway, back to what we were discussing a while ago. No? Yun nga, the close-up situation. I didn't like that, but I feel like I'm still not the type to, disregard them or to hate them or to think that they're all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Some of my good friends are gay.
Yeah.
And
Same.
they're honestly they're some of the better people that I've met and that I keep in my life, I'm good friends with a couple. And I just find it I will share with you my opinion on this with regards to when it comes to, our kids and stuff.
Yeah,
but
later on we'll talk about that.
I just want to stress na it's really parang it's about time na we sort of accepted that na
I believe the term sort nga is not even right. I believe it's time that we accept it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But also, we acknowledge it's not gonna be easy.
Yes.
It's an ongoing problem, and it's going to be a problem still in the future as long as hyper masculinity exists and everything. I mean, you just had Donald Trump running the United States a few years back.
Yep.
We have Duterte currently, diba? These are symbols of hyper masculinity, diba? And if you have a leader exuding that type of energy, how can you expect everyone to be progressive?
That's true.
Diba? So it's gonna take a lot more time.
Well, I hope this, in our own little ways, we're trying to help rin, diba?
Yes.
But we cannot, like, this is our opinion, and if it helps someone open up to the idea, then that's good. But, it's hard. That's gonna be, honestly, it's gonna be hard to do, to change people's perspective on things, especially when they're a bit older na. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Not just on this topic, but you know how when sometimes the older people are like, "Hindi, mali ka," parang ganun. They have a certain set of beliefs that you cannot change once they're past this certain age, diba?
Yeah.
It's very hard, or if you do, it's very hard,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this episode isn't like parang hindi man siya puno ng flowers na best case scenario. We're actually talking about it down to its roots.
We're talking about real stuff, like real
stuff,
life
like
stuff.
How, even though, I mean, we consider ourselves progressive, but also, we're also guilty of, previously at least, of the hypermasculinity stuff.
Yeah.
We're coming from a place na we've accepted it already.
Yeah.
We already we've heard stuff. We've been educated.
Yeah.
Like Dab said, like to me nga now it's like very parang tao lang talaga yan eh. Doesn't matter of the gender, diba? There's a lot going on out there. But it doesn't have to be. You can't just blame it on the gender to be a girl rapist.
Yeah.
Diba? It happens to men, believe it or not. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would say, a lot of old generation people would say, di mo enjoy nila yun. Ganun, parang, fuck no. Come on, dude. Yeah. It happens to men. It's a big problem right now for women. I mean, there are a lot of guy rapists out there.
Yeah.
It's so scary, diba?
Yeah.
Yung parang, they drug women and everything. And same goes for the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang, it's like that. It doesn't matter talaga kung ano yung gender. It happens everywhere. And they understand, okay, another touchy topic before we move on with the conversation. I understand why there's a certain hate for men. I actually don't argue with that.
Yes.
Even if my girlfriend says, men. That, and they say, men. I agree with it.
Oh, man.
Parang not, people would say not all men. I mean, but not all men, but most men. I mean, enough men for it to be an issue.
Yes.
Diba? And I have no problem with that. I believe that's true.
Because it's true.
There's enough men.
It's definitely true.
For it to be considered a big problem. Anyways, just a side note lang naman on that. We'll put a pin on that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll touch upon
Yeah.
we'll touch on that.
But it just gives you an idea na parang
Yeah.
we're just talking about it in a way na di call this talagang ano lang eh. It happens.
It does.
It happens. And I am all for the LGBT community because for the longest time we have been what do you call this? A patriarchy society.
Yeah.
Diba? I'm parang if equality is the way to go, I have no problem with that.
Yes,
Diba?
definitely.
Yeah, that's right. Women empowerment, LGBT community,
But
LGBTQ plus. Sorry.
yeah. But I think this is now that we discussed that and how what we think about this. Let's dive deeper into it. I want to talk about what if it was your own kid.
Okay, yeah. I guess
think
that's
this is a-
that's a juicy topic.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where it sort of gets juicy. So
Juicy.
wait.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about it for the past how many minutes on the perspective outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
Diba? What if nga?
What if it
It's
I think
sa atin na.
it's only fair na it's easy for us to say na parang we're okay with this, we're okay with that, ganyan. But it's so different when it's you who's parang it's your family who's involved and you're gonna go through this and that, parang when it's already kumbaga an internal thing, diba? So I want to know what you think, or your perspective on this. What if you have a kid and he or she ends up part of the LGBTQ community, as a like ikaw, parang how will you deal with it? How will you go about it? And just tell me your feelings about this, that scenario.
Okay.
Mm.
So, previously, nag-uusap kami ni Dab. Hindi siya, I mean, a few years back, diba? It's not something that would just come out randomly.
Yeah.
But since we're older now,
Yes.
and in the age of like, palapit na yung time na yun, impossibility niyan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing to talk about now.
Yeah.
So, first, I'd like to start by saying that my preference for my future kid would be, first, do you call this, a boy or a girl, diba? But to answer your question, even though hindi ko preference yun, at least today, presently, hindi pa ako nasa stage na parang I prefer, diba, ganun, na nasa
Yeah.
LGBT plus
Yeah.
Q plus community yung magiging
Yeah.
anak namin. I would fully accept it
Yes.
in all ways that I could.
Mm-mm.
Like, the first thing I do,
Mm-mm.
first, syempre, diba, di mo mamalaman eh.
Yeah.
Like, to start.
Yeah.
It's up to my child.
Yeah.
Like, however.
Again, that's your preference, not
Yeah.
his or hers.
Yeah, I
diba?
mean, we
That's-
just give all the love that we can, all the things that we can provide.
Yeah.
However, it turns out, yung paglaki niya, if he or she or kung ano man pronoun mag-identify
Yeah.
siya with, turns out to be part of the community, the first thing I'd want to do is to let him know
Mhm.
or her know or the child know
Yeah.
that it's okay.
Mm.
You know, my thinking when
Mm.
it comes to that is that as early as possible, gusto ko malaman niya na okay lang. Because I
Yeah.
don't want I don't want the child, obvious ata lalaki yung gusto ko
Yeah.
maging joke lang. But I don't want the child to grow up and waste all of those years
With
being
fear.
scared,
With fear. Yeah.
yeah, like, of the parents,
Yeah.
of me. But I want you to be okay with being yourself. Be as comfortable as possible. You know
Yeah.
why? Because I know the world out there can be so cruel.
Yeah.
And the safest place you could be is around
Yes,
us.
your family.
Our family.
At
And if
home.
I can't provide that for you, then I'm doing
Then
one
I'm
hell
just
of a
I'm just
fucking
adding to the
terrible
world.
job.
Yeah.
As a parent,
That-
right?
That's a very good point. And I feel like
Yeah.
I remember us discussing this over over drinks before.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about this, and that's a very, very good point. Because if you don't mind, I'm gonna share like what I feel about it
Yeah, of
also,
course.
diba? Okay,
Yeah.
so like you, no, I think we're very similar, no. It's not, it wouldn't be my, I'm just being totally honest. It's not my preference, diba? But my preference doesn't matter when if the child's preference is different, diba? So if nangyari na, he or she grew up to be parang he or she wanted to be in the LGBTQ community like you, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
totally fine. And here's why I say na what you said was so good is because that siya yun eh. Siya yun.
Yeah.
Parang as parents, you don't want to add to what the world is gonna give to
The child.
to the child, right?
Yeah.
And parang I feel like time is so short na if you let the child live in fear and live in hate and anger, you're wasting so much years of his life.
It's
Until
true.
until eventually when the child grows up, doon siya doon niya lang ma-experience na, oh, I'm free because everyone knows and this is how I am. This is how I want people to accept me. But what if early on pa lang you start with the family and the family already accepts, then the child can live yung buong childhood niya and until lumaki siya hanggang tumanda siya and he or she feels free, 'di ba?
Yeah, I mean, closeted gay people right now are
Yeah.
yun yung experience nila precisely
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That's why they're closeted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for them, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming that there were like hindrances
Yeah.
in your life that stopped you from opening
Yeah.
up, which I'm sure because the world is cruel.
Yeah.
And if hindi pa good yung situation mo at home,
Yeah.
that makes it worse, right?
Yeah. And I feel like that's the very least we can do as parents is
Of
to.
course.
And I hope I'm not just saying this. No, I really know this is what I believe. But of course, when it happens, it's still gonna be something very. It's an adjustment, diba? Because this is not
course.
your preference.
Yeah.
We can talk about it and all, and this is what we believe definitely. But when it happens, it's a totally different story. And I really would like to stand by what I said. No, na parang if my child ends up in the as a member of the LGBTQ, I really will accept, but
Yeah.
I want him to find out for himself, and I want him to, I don't know kasi, from a guy's perspective, I don't know how you find out and how paano mo ba malalaman na, 'di ba? Parang that's something I could never answer. And maybe
as
next
well,
time
yeah.
we can have a guest over for
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
but I hope even if it's not my preference, which I hope the listeners will respect as much as we respect, the members of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
can
hope,
share.
I just hope you respect that that's not my preference, but when it comes down to it, I will accept and I will love, diba?
Yeah.
And I will provide, as much as I can, just like how I would if I had a son, a daughter na in my preference.
Yeah.
Diba?
I mean, that's our take on that.
Yeah.
You feel free to share what your take on that
Yeah.
is down in the comment
It's a
section.
very
no?
interesting topic, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, kasi millennial pitch to eh. I mean, diba? For sure, like older generation, most likely they'll say they're not okay with it.
yes.
I mean, we're saying we're sharing your perspective given the time and given the things that we know today,
Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
And yun nga eh, naisip ko nga na rin, no? Dad was telling us about his perspective. Diba, what if some people, kasi I already heard actually from some people when we talked about this previously matagal na. Paano kung nakita nila yung anak nila, kaya let's say, yung anak niya naging gay, diba? Gay male, and nagdala ng boyfriend sa bahay, diba?
Mm-mm.
And thus, parang hindi sila comfy or hindi sila approve or okay with it. You know, my perspective on that now, it's like, I mean, kunyari, mag-kiss na, being sweet and all. Like, that shouldn't be a problem eh. I mean, it's an adjustment for, especially for for us na tayo yung transitioning stage eh, towards like more progressive stance, diba? A more progressive stance. But if you think about it, I also wouldn't be okay, honestly, kung naglandian yung heterosexual male son ko or heterosexual female daughter ko with her boyfriend or his girlfriend. It's the same thing. Diba? Parang, if my son is gay, the same way, I also wouldn't be comfy like makipaglandian siya sa boyfriend niya. But if they wanna do it privately, who gives a shit? Parang, diba? Parang, lock your door, go do your thing.
I get what you're saying. If I had a daughter and in front of me just starts, you know, making out with their boyfriend, I would like that. I would like, no. Parang, like, can you at least, like, you know, get a room or diba?
That's why when people argue na parang ganun, diba? Parang mapakamot ako ng ulo kasi that's the same. Like, kahit may daughter ka pa or son ka pa na straight, ayaw mo na naman sila makapaglandian sa harapan nyo eh. So, diba? Parang,
that's a good point.
Yeah, just something to think about, no? Kasi nga, we just wanted to talk about this because we know a lot of people, supposedly we're the most progressive generation.
But sometimes...
they're really not. I mean,
merong
marami dyan na hindi talaga.
May iba na they're very close-minded to the idea pa. You know, but you know, I here, just you know, just to cap off what I said, I feel, wait lang, sige.
Okay. I think, I don't know, hindi namin napapansin, pero mabilis yung oras.
Time flies.
Nakakat yung...
I think this is the second time in the video cut. Sorry about that. We're gonna,
we were just saying naman, it's really the most important thing is human values, like values as a person.
Definitely.
Regardless of the gender. We were just in this episode, we really just wanted to open up about first our own experiences and why and how it turned out to be something that helped us evolve as or grow as human beings. And led us to our mindset today. And I mean, we're not saying we don't know if it's the best possible, like the ideal mindset already. I'm sure it's not. Probably other people are more like 110% open to it, maybe even prefer. It doesn't matter.
I think a good we want to know what you think.
We just want to know what you think.
We want to know what you think, especially from maybe our perspective is wrong, you know, and we're very open to be educated.
Of course.
I want to hear from maybe what your experience is if you're part of the LGBTQ community. Maybe you can share your experience in the comments, diba? We want to know what you think.
Okay, pero Dab, I want to say, diba, parang respect your opinion, whatever. But we will only respect opinions na may basis. Hindi yung parang, I just hate the LGBTQ plus community. And you don't go,
we need basis.
I mean, we had a fair share of bad experiences.
And we still don't hate them.
We don't hate them. We it's normal for us, diba? I mean, if you're just gonna base it on that, we won't respect your opinion. You can keep it to yourself, diba? Parang
no senseless hating.
No senseless hating. If you want to share what you think and it's not the same as ours, feel free to do so. But if you're just gonna hate because you did this, did that, keep it to yourself na lang.
Just a healthy exchange of opinions. No, just love and peace and no wars in the comment section.
I mean, I think I should correct myself, no? Up to you what you want to say. Basta hindi pwedeng argument, basta. Basta hindi argument, basta. Hindi pwedeng ayoko lang sila. Basta.
That's not fair.
Sige, fine. You can share your own bad experiences, diba? And all. We can't say...
And your good experiences.
Your good experiences. Wala naman kaming sabihin na, hindi namin sabihin mali yun. Hindi tama yun. Basta hindi basta. I think yun na lang yun. Basta hindi basta.
And aside from that, now that we touched on the juicy topics, diba? I really want to know also what type of topics you'd want to hear on this podcast. You know,
actually.
Right? Because we talk about what topics to talk about, of course, diba? But we really want to know what you guys want to hear. and so we can work on that as well.
I mean, anything is, we're open to anything. This isn't a podcast to please the viewers. It's a podcast to talk about real stuff. I mean, how we think talaga and all. And if you don't agree with it, cool.
So
let us know, diba?
Yeah.
So I guess that ends our third episode.
Wow, we're real podcasters now. We're in our third episode.
Third episode na consistent. Nadali lang ng konting araw.
Third episode. Sheesh button.
Mas magagamit namin yan sa ibang topics. I think this topic was kind of heavy.
There's no sheesh worthy moment. But I'm just proud to say that I figure out a way to wait, watch this.
Mas magagamit namin yan siguro on lighter topics. I think this one was we were like walking on the eggshells. We just did one step on anyone's toes. We wanted to be as honest as possible.
And also open people's minds to some things.
Just be open to things in general. Just be a sponge. Just be a sponge. Be a sponge.
Just love everyone, diba? And if no one's doing anything wrong to you, there's no reason to hate that person.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I wish we talked about, but of course we don't know enough about it yet. May do some research para sa next time na lang, no?
Yeah.
The SOGO bill, right? Parang gay marriage.
Yes.
Things to talk about, but I think that would be better if we actually have a guest.
If we have a guest.
If we have a guest. If we have a guest.
Yeah.
That's part of the LGBTQ plus community.
That's a very, very good topic.
Because this episode kasi we thought it was okay to share because we're coming from the place of wherein we know people who are like heterosexual males who still like are not okay with it, and we want to share lang our perspective. But for those kinds of topics, it would be better if like we can
if we have another perspective. You know.
Like from within.
Yes.
They were not just outside looking in, diba?
Well, that's definitely something to look forward to on this podcast. No, maybe we can do that next time, diba?
Yeah.
So, well, I guess that's about it, no? That ends the episode today, and I really hope you guys enjoyed, no? And I feel like I hope it was even a bit informative or helpful.
Forgive us on any terms that we misused. Feel free to correct us. I personally haven't. I don't remember all the terms that I learned before when I took that class, no. So,
but I hope it was helpful in a way, and it was mind opening. Diba?
Yeah, hopefully, no, especially for anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, hit the bell notification.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening again. This is the Millennial Pitch. My name is Dabby.
My name is Patrick.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Abangan.
Sheesh. All right.
Sheesh. Sheesh.